of the top of it. All right. So anytime I see a black man go through something, in my head, I'm like, you know what? Let me do my investigation first. Let me do my investigation first. Uh, and because that's what we do. Uh, no matter what people say, as soon as somebody do it on the internet and they don't like it, the first thing a person says, "Oh, these internet investigators, y'all should have been police." Nah, this is what happens. What are you talking about? This is the digital era. If it's out there, it's out there. There's nothing you can do to stop it, right? So I see this, right? November. I see Cassie drop the paperwork, right? Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure, as I can remember, that Cassie gave him an option to pay before everything was, how can I say, public, right? Um, and he tried to play a tough guy, and oh, nope, I'm not paying. So now then what happens is the lawyer, pardon me, the lawyer says, all right, cool, no problem. Lawyer hits the press, they drop the case. Once the press gets it, and then they start seeing everything, they're like, oh my God, this man is a savage. Immediately, uh, within 24 hours, we see, not even 24 hours, we see Diddy settle, right? But it's too late now because now the press has it. Once they have it, it's over. The press has it. We see it. It's November, right? Okay, we're going to December. We're going to December. Um, we get into December and we start to see that Revolt has backed away from Diddy. How can I say? Not Revolt per se, but there have been employees who have said, you know what, we are stepping down, we're out of here. Okay? He walks away from Revolt. Let me step down. Okay? The new year comes. New year comes, we hear about Aaron Hall, right? They talk about Aaron Hall, and a woman brings up the fact that there was a situation where Diddy and Aaron Hall may have passed her around, or something of that nature, right? More time passes by. Then we hear about Diddy and Cuba Gooding Jr. Then we hear about Diddy and oh, and don't forget, they mentioned TD Jakes in one of the cases. You understand? Do you understand how the magnitude of this case? Uh, and then we keep going forward. They mentioned Stevie J. As of most recently, they mentioned Meek Mill. So they're mentioning all of these people in this case just from November. So in a matter of 4 months, we've heard at least over 12 celebrities' names within a case that just showed us that is so severe that the Homeland Security raided this man's properties. That's how severe this case is. So this can't be a case where we think, oh, well, you know what? He has a lot of money, so it'll just go by with time. And with a nice amount of time, absolutely. But there's no way that we can ever just forget this. We didn't forget. We didn't forget the fact that R. Kelly was dating Aaliyah when she was a baby. So how are we gonna forget the fact that Diddy had the Homeland Security raid three of his properties all at once, and then, mind you, I tell people this all the time. Soon as you see Homeland Security, somebody is either in a natural disaster or somebody violated the Human Rights Act, because that's what they handle a lot of the times. Somebody violated the Human Rights Act. And what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of information. We're going to see a lot of information, right? We're going to see a lot of information in this case, and it's going to shock us. Now, one thing, right, about the federal government, Southern District to be exact, because this is where this case is being tried. This case is being tried in the Southern District, right? When what's going to happen is, because he is safe in the Southern District, in the Southern District, in the Southern District of New York City, right? Because there's four districts: there's north, south, east, and west. In the Southern District of New York City, they are very careful with protecting people's identities and not embarrassing people in a case that doesn't need a person's identity revealed or their image tarnished. So there's a lot of names in the case that have been redacted. Um, if uh, the state if the feds, pardon me, if the feds feel like somewhere during the trial that they need to bring up a person's name in order to prove a point, and there's more than enough credibility that that point will be proven based upon the facts presented, what will happen then is that we will find out who that said redacted name is, whether it be Meek Mill, whether it be Stevie J, whether it be TD Jakes, whether it be Daphne, 50's baby mom, whether it be Justin, whether it be Tristan, uh, whoever's name is redacted. If they feel like they have more than enough evidence to produce, they will. That's exactly what will happen. And then now I feel like a lot of the things that we feel, a lot of the things that we feel may be just hearsay, speculation. I feel like that with a case like this and a situation this big, I feel like eventually we will see that life isn't as sweet as everybody's walking around thinking it is. It's not as sweet because one thing I will recommend that you guys not do, do not celebrity worship. Don't celebrity worship, because the minute that you think, uh, the minute that you think that these people have your best interests, that these people are the nicest people in the world, that makes it that much easier for these people to get away with the things that they get away with. They will continue to get away with it. Because one thing's for sure and two things for certain, like I said in the beginning, if uh, a, if a black man is being accused of something, best believe I'm not going to just jump the gun and say, hey, yeah, I think this happened. I think he did it. I think he's guilty. I'm going to look. It's been 4 months since this situation unfolded and Cassie came for her just due, right? Because that's what I call it. I call it her just due. It's been 4 months. And I didn't say anything. I sat on it. I watched. I dropped a few clips, just clips, um, of different things that I came across on social media. But other than that, I didn't say anything. But I feel like now that I see this document, I'm definitely going to speak on this 77 page, 79-page document. I'm going to break it down sometime later on today. The whole thing, I'm going to break it down. You guys can call up. I'll have my number up there so y'all can call up later on and we can discuss this. Y'all want to donate to the channel? I have the Cash App up. I'll have the phone number up so y'all can call, the Cash App up and PayPal so y'all can donate. And we're going to break this down later on, um, because I can guarantee you uh, one thing's for sure and two things for certain. A local police can run into your house and make a mistake. We've seen that happen plenty of times. It's very rare that the feds run down on something and they don't have the proof, even half of the proof that they're looking for. But now we're talking about homeland security. This is a whole different level of government agents coming for a case. And granted, they didn't have a arrest warrant. Um, wasn't an arrest warrant. It was a search warrant. That's why no one got arrested. It was a search warrant, and it wasn't a search warrant for bodies. It was a search warrant for material. It's the same exact thing that our mayor, same exact thing that the mayor of New York City went through when the FBI approached him and they said, "Sir, Mr. Eric Adams, we need you to empty your pockets. We need you to give up your cell phone. We need you to give us the keys to your house so we can go in there and retrieve digital equipment, laptops, cell phones, any digital devices that they can grab." And that was the whole point of that. They did the same exact thing with Diddy. The difference is it wasn't Homeland Security that came from Eric Adams. They didn't execute this on multiple properties for Eric Adams. They didn't make a big scene of it. It wasn't a helicopter. It wasn't a big tank pulling up on Eric Adams driving through New York City. They didn't make a mockery of him. They made a mockery of Diddy. Everybody is talking about it. And when I say everybody, I mean every media outlet is covering this. And I'm looking at it like, man, what what can he do? What could he possibly do? He has every single media outlet covering this. And you still, and granted, this is the crazy thing. Black folks is throwing him under the bus more than the white folks is. You got white media saying, you got black media saying, yeah, it's quiet for him. It's quiet for him. Diddy the diddler. No Diddy. You know what I mean? We done already came up with a saying for him, and we will continue to come up with more because that's what we do as a people. But you look at the white media, you look at white media, uh, um, big media outlets, Fox, CNN. These people are saying, well, if you know what I mean, they're saying if he did it. Versus what black media is saying. Black media is like, yeah, he did it. White media is saying if he did it, and if he didn't do it and he gets out of it and he's proven innocent, his career is pretty much over. People are going to look at him and say, man, we don't want to do business with you because of what you were associated with, what you were accused with. Um, One of the things that I do want to say before I get out of here that I think is crazy, I think is very crazy, is the fact that he had footage of all of this. Uh, that reminds me of a J. Edgar Hoover play. Having footage on your friends and your enemies, because you never know when friends become enemies. That move that Diddy is doing, filming everything, having footage and recordings and everything like that inside of his house, that's definitely a J. Edgar move because that's what he did. He had dirt on everybody. J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI, had information on everyone in Hollywood. That's why till this day, the FBI is releasing documents from over 50, 60 years ago. Till this day. That's why the FBI can do that. The FBI is releasing documents from over 50, 60 years ago. They just released a 300 plus page document that they had on Michael Jackson. Why were they watching Michael Jackson? You understand? Like we just never know what's going on. We never know. Look at the whole Epstein situation. We did. Nobody knew that this man was running this whole big, this criminal enterprise. Nobody knew. that any of this stuff was going on. It took it took it took it took Anthony Weiner and his laptop being exposed for sexting, right? It took Anthony Weiner to link to Jeffrey Epstein and for them to say, "Oh my gosh, what is going on here?" If Anthony Weiner didn't get caught up, we don't know how long it would have took for them to find out about Jeffrey Epstein. And the crazy part about it is, to this day, they're sticking with the story of he died in his cell. That's what they're saying. But let me get out of here. It's about time to start the work day. Love, life, and loyalty is the motto. Stay safe, stay real, and stay true. You follow me, I follow you. We got Gate to the Garden tomorrow. Come out, 312 South White Horse, 310 White Horse South Turnpike, Somerdale, New Jersey. 310 White Horse South Turnpike, Somerdale, New Jersey. It's a billiards hall. Pull up, Gates to the Garden. It's going to be a lovely card tomorrow from 3 to 10. Nice event. Peace.